Hey there YouTube, this is Cash7 again, coming to bring you a new deck profile. This time, recently finished, I got my Madolche. It's got the latest stuff from the Best Rising to finish the deck, and ready to show you. And I've actually already tested it out a couple times, and it's actually pretty good. I still have some little problems with it. I'm going to kink out over time. Hopefully we'll fix that. But, into the monster lineup, we have our three main Madolche. 3 Madolche Madolche. It could be Magnaline too. I'm not exactly sure how to say the name. It's supposed to be a pun on the word magic, so I say it like Magia. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But she's a 1400. When this has the Madolche effect like they all do, when this card under your control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you return it back to your deck instead. Basically, Madolche is a gadget. Essentially, it's a super gadget. It can get any Madolche when it's normal summoned or flip face up. It can search your deck for any Madolche monster, including itself. So it's just a super gadget. Then we have 3 Madolche Crofsnunt, which is a 1500 level 3 beast, and once per turn, he has a Madolche effect like they all do. Once per turn, I can return 1 Madolche card, not a monster, just a card, from my field to the hand, and then he gains a level and 300 attack, and that's permanent. Essentially, I run 3 of these because it's one way to activate one of the cards, one of the spells that I'll show you later. But he's also the biggest beater in the deck. Because under the field spell, if I bounce the field spell once and replay it, he's a 2300 beater with a normal summon. Which is really good, and something the deck kind of needs. We have 2 Madolche Marble Maids, which is a 2000 defense, level 4 defender spellcaster. When she is flip face up, I can add a Madolche spell trap card in my graveyard and add it to my hand. So essentially, if my opponent can get through the field spell and the continuous spell, Marble Maids can get it back up. As well as stall, because under the field spell it's 2500 defense, so it can stave off most monsters, as well as just stay on the field for Xyzing if I need to. Then I have 1 Madolche Butler Rusk, level 4 spellcaster, 1500 attack. When he's normal summoned, if I control another Madolche monster, I can search my deck for any field spell and add it to my hand. And the one I search for is, of course, the Madolche one, because why would I search anything else? Madolche one is too good. And then right now they're 2 separate. I only have 1 hamster at the moment, another one's on the way, and that's what will replace the Sangan, because I would rather have the search and summon rather than just the search, because I do a lot of searching already. I had 2 tour guides and a Sangan here, but I figured hamster would be better, because really, like, I was like, Sangan could search pretty much anything in here, but hamster will get the dog to the field, which I feel is something the deck will need, a little bit of more speed, rather than more searching, which the deck has plenty of. So there's going to be 2 mega hamsters in there. As well, it's level 4, and doesn't mind going to the graveyard like the other Madolches, so I can rank 4 with it. That's it for the monster lineup. This is very small, because I'm just designing it around the fact that the Madolche cycle themselves. So I essentially just, once I get 1, I have pretty much them all. Alright, on to the spells. We have 3 of their field spell, 3 Madolche Chateau. When it's activated, you shuffle all Madolche monsters in your graveyard back to the deck. And then all Madolche monsters on the field gain 500 attack and defense, which makes them all really big. Madolche turns into a 1900 beater. Butler Rusk is 2000. Like I said, Crofsnunt, when he uses effect once, becomes a 2300. And then Marble Maid is 2500 defense. which is really awesome. But its main effect outside of the attack is if a monster in your graveyard would be returned to the deck by the effect of a Madolche monster, you can add to your hand instead. So basically, while Chateau is out, any Madolche, if destroyed by battle or by a card effect, essentially it's just mass compulsories. Like, your Madolches will not die under this. I will summon a Madolche, you'll attack it by battle, it'll bounce to my hand, and then I play again next turn. They essentially can't die under Chateau. And then we have 3 of the other Madolche support card, Madolche Ticket. When a Madolche card is returned from your side of the field to or graveyard to your hand or your main deck by a card effect, add a Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. So it's essentially the second searcher for the deck outside of Madolche. And a lot of times with Cruftsnant or the first effect of Chateau that returns returns already dead Madolches from your graveyard to your deck, or even Compulse, I can get a ticket to activate and activate manually and search. And there's also just having a ticket and then having one Madolche that dies and gets sent back, and then it searches. It also has a secondary effect where you can special summon the target that you search for instead of just adding it to your hand if you control a face-up fairy-type Madolche monster. But there's only 2, one of which I don't run, and the other one is an Xyz monster I don't really support well in the deck. I have it in there. I'll get to that later. Then I have 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Pot of Duality. I do need to search for plenty of stuff in this deck. 1 Dark Hole, and then 1 Terraforming, just to help me search Chateau and add to my hand. And onto my big trap lineup, because this is essentially stun. That's how I've built the deck. We have 3 Dimensional Prisons, 2 Compulsory. Like I said, Compulse has a secondary value just because not only can you compulse opponent's monsters, but under the effects of Madolche Ticket, you can bounce your own monster to manually activate Ticket and search for whatever Madolche you want, which I've done a few times. 2 Warning, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Bottomless, 2 Dark Bribe, and a Starlight Road for protection. Now, I was thinking about running 2 roads, but really in this deck, I'm not afraid of Torrential or Dark Hole or Mirror Force, just because under Chateau, they're just mass compulses, and even without Chateau, without like me actually getting many monsters, I can't swarm with this deck. I essentially normal summon, wait, next turn, normal summon. It's very hard for me to make swarms, so I don't think I'll get Torrential or Mirror Force or Dark Hole very often that it matters. So I have gone for Dark Bribe in lieu of other protection, because even like a random MST can just completely ruin my plans. If I have a couple Madolches out and they're being big, the only thing that's stopping you from advancing on me, and you just try to MST my Chateau, I need to stop you. So your +1 from Dark Bribe doesn't really matter as much as all the pluses I'm getting from my cards. I'm going to eventually outrun you. Then I have 1 Fiendish Chain as tech, 1 Ultimate Offering, because Ultimate Offering is really good in this deck, and honestly, if there were more, I would be running it. And then 1 Solemn Judgment. And that's it for the main deck. Onto the extra, it's basically just a giant slew of rank 4s. Now, the first one is kind of the most important one. It's Madolche Queen Tiara Masu. And basically their boss monster, but I don't support it very well with the way I built the deck, because essentially to activate Queen, you have to send Madolche cards back from your graveyard to your deck. And I'm banking on most of my things either returning to my hand or by the deck by their own effect. Now, it can return the spells and traps, so I can return chateaus and tickets from my graveyard or hand. So, like, I've got my one. If I can use it, I will. But for the rest of the rank 4 suite, we have Maestroke, we have Abyss Dweller, we have Utopia, we have Zenmeister, we have Marigeist, we have Queen Dragon Djinn. Mostly, I kind of want to test Djinn in things I can make lots of rank 4 in, just because I might try the OCG tactic of using Djinn to tribute for Deck Devastation Virus, because it really doesn't do anything else in here. Photon Papal Operative, Gem Knight Pearl, Fairy King Albert, I don't know how to say his name, Alverdish, I don't know, someone correct me on this one, but he's essentially a 2 Earth, rank 4, and Madolches are all Earth, so he can go in here. Shockmaster, Alchemic Magician, which might get replaced with another rank 4 in the future, but 3 level 4 spellcasters, considering 3 of the Madolches I run are spellcasters, I can actually make it. Number 91, Thunderspark Dragon. 1 Stardust for the Starlight, and 1 Chimera Tech for the Cyber Dragons I like to side now in this format. And that's the deck. Let me know what you guys think. This is KSW87 out for now.